Silent Hill 2 begins with James being depressed and looking at himself in the mirror, which I think looks a little bit odd because, I'm sorry, I just don't really see myself making this face when I'm depressed. Then it's revealed that James is in a town called Silent Hill because he got a letter from his wife telling him to meet her in their special place, but there's only one snag to that story.
A dead person can't write a letter. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago.
If you ask me, I think he's being catfished. But James doesn't really care and thinks he has a good idea of where this special place could be, so he moonwalked all the way there. As James continues to explore Silent Hill, things get much more weird, such as seeing a red square in a well, and somehow this makes James feel like there are hands squeezing his brain until he sees red. Now, a doctor would call this brain damage, but I call it a save mechanic. And then James runs across a woman.
This town, there's something wrong with it. It's kind of hard to explain, but...
Is it dangerous?
Maybe. And it's not just the fog, either. It's...
Okay, I got it. I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
James quickly got the hell out of there. And of course, not long after that, we run into our first monster.
That's quite big. Impressive.
Is it dead? What the hell is it? It's not human.
So naturally, we got a radio that tells us how close the enemies are.
Oh yeah. Is this thing broken? I'd better take it anyway. I might need it.
Am I just wrong, or is this just a normal thing people do?
I might need it.
These monsters quickly became a normal thing for James, and he would just give them a little love tap. One strong criticism I have about this game is the fact that you will end up finding yourself wandering around Silent Hill for hours trying to get to one location, wandering with a fabulous stretch, but nonetheless wandering and finding so many roadblocks where you could so easily get to your destination, but alas! It's actually a maze, solved by walking for 3 hours, until eventually you find yourself at the hotel, and then wander around for 9 hours. I'm not kidding, you must open up every single door in the hotel only to find out that not every door can be opened. That's right, 60% of them are broken! I found a gun in a shopping cart, which I guess James wasn't really interested in. But a shiny thing! That's a different story. I do, however, love the fact that James is the kind of guy who would go into your house and completely rearrange your furniture just because the laws of physics allow him to push. Considering if he sees a clock, he just thinks, I can push that. And if he finds out it's broken, it becomes a horror puzzle that must be solved at all costs, which is exactly what anyone would want in a husband. Now I understand why he got married. And yes, that clock is an actual puzzle that needs solving, but not before James gets a key.
Ow!
Ha ha!
Hey, wait! Damn it!
That is absolutely not true. See, if you just did this, you could completely and easily get the key. But alas, James didn't have enough confidence in himself. So to feed his insecurities, we must do more puzzles, which means more doors to check.
Why isn't it possible?
Until suddenly a man screams. Oh, it's just Cone Man, the popular Dead by Daylight character. Let's give him a few nods. And with that, a little dance in front of the clock, and the worst jump scare of my life. James sees a dead body.
My God. Who could have?
That switch was very odd. Then, as any normal entity does, James found a wall hole and stuck his arm in it. Surprisingly enough, James got the clock key from doing this. And by using this clock key, we now have gained access to the thing James believed he wasn't stretching enough to get, aka another key. And so, it was time to progress further, which, fun fact, progressing actually means getting better and growing as a person. But not for James. For him, this just meant stick your hand down the toilet. James then runs into a throwing up man named Eddie, which for the purpose of sparing you throwy uppy sounds, I will summarize it for you.
I didn't kill the dead dude you ran into. Okay, I'm James. I trust you and am excited for a new friend, but am currently obsessed with my dead wife. So goodbye.
Ultimately, yes, that is exactly how it happened. And afterwards, James encountered the same lady from before. And similar to James, she's confused and looking for her mom.
Did you find the person you're looking for?
Not yet. Her name's Mary. She's my wife.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Anyway, she's dead. I don't know why I think she's here.
She's dead?
Don't worry. I'm not crazy. At least, I don't think so.
We're gonna get back to that later in the video.
I've got to find my mama.
Should I go with you? This town's dangerous. Now I know what you meant back there in the cemetery.
I'll be okay by myself. Besides, I'd just slow you down.
What about that?
Will you hold it for me?
Sure. No problem.
If I kept it, I'm not sure what I might do.
Well, would you look at that? It's the United States of America.
As a side note, Pyramid Head isn't as scary as people think. And he just went into mud, and I don't actually know. And somehow, now we're back to wandering the streets of Silent Hill. And soon after, James encounters the demon that stepped on his hand.
You! It was you, wasn't it? You're the one who stepped on my hand.
I don't know. Maybe I did.
What's a little girl like you doing here anyway?
Huh? Are you blind or something?
Are you blind or something?
What? Who are you then, if not a little girl?
What's that letter?
None of your business. You didn't love Mary anyway.
Wait! How do you know Mary's name?
Eventually, James finds himself at the special spot his dead wife was telling him to go to, and there he meets his not wife.
Mary? No, you're not.
Do I look like your girlfriend?
No, my late wife. I can't believe it. You could be her twin. Your face, your voice, just your hair and clothes are different.
My name is Maria. I don't look like a ghost, do I? See? Feel how warm I am?
Oh no! Oh no!
And so Maria joined the team, and they went bowling.
I'll wait here. I hate bowling.
I didn't come here to play, you know.
Or maybe not. But the throw-yuppie man Eddie was in there.
Eddie?
Oh. You're...
James. We met in the apartment building?
Yeah, I remember. But...
Are you alone here, Eddie?
No.
Bye-bye.
Wait! Come back! Eddie, let's go after her.
Huh? Laura? But why?
Laura. Is that her name?
That's what she said.
This town is full of monsters. How can you sit there and eat pee?
And so, with no thanks to Eddie, we must now chase down the little girl.
She went through there.
Is there any other way?
Yeah, there is. Right through there. James, you can't make it through there.
You underestimate my power!
It's no good. It's locked.
Bro, seriously, stop looking! Eventually, they chase the little girl into a hospital, and so we must now explore the entire hospital, of which Maria has no sense of her surroundings in. So much so, she decided to fall asleep in the middle of the hospital. And so James looks for the little girl on his own. And, by the way, I'm not gonna criticize this game too harshly, but I think it may have been mistranslated because, and as any horror game does, in order to solve puzzles, you need a key, so you can imagine how puzzles were confusing at times when doors started to, when they started to have key-shaped stains in them. And overall, everything kind of became confusing, because, some man named Luis was so determined to keep a piece of hair in this heavily secured box. A hair which was used to get a key out of a shower drain. And as disgusting as it is, I do like this frame because it looks like he's trying to give someone a fist bump. And soon after, James found the little girl.
How do you know about Mary?
What's the big deal?
Why can't you just tell me?
You gonna yell at me if I don't?
No, I won't.
I was friends with Mary. We met at the hospital. It was last year.
You liar!
This was easily one of my favorite points in the video game because of how pointless it was.
You gonna yell at me if I don't?
No.
Laura then proceeded to tell him that there was a letter from his wife in an ominous room, then locked him in there, and in there he met some ceiling flashbacks, until James loses his mind and falls down, to then find himself in another room, and it looked as if it was time to solve yet more puzzles. So, after looking for a ring, losing my mind, and rearranging more furniture, Maria woke up from her nap.
James!
Mary? Oh, Maria. It's you. I thought you were... Sorry. Anyway, I'm glad you're alive.
Anyway? What do you mean, anyway? You don't sound very happy to see me. I was almost killed back there. Why didn't you try to save me? All you care about is that dead wife of yours. I've never been so scared in my whole life. You couldn't care less about me, could you?
No, I
Then
just...
stay with me. Don't ever leave me alone. You're supposed to take care of me.
Girl, he met you 2 hours ago. What is this? You literally took a nap, and when he told you he was going to look for Laura, you didn't protest. But okay. Stay close, Maria, because this could get pretty dangerous. Maria, no! Maria!
Open up!
Afterwards, James casually grave robbed and got a key, and used the key on a door that led to a very, very deep tunnel, which I enjoyed tricking my mind while looking at it by thinking, what if I'm going up and not down? While I pulled my thumbstick forward for 3 minutes whilst trying not to think about the fact that Danny DeVito was rapidly approaching, until James finally came to a stop because there was a hole. You do stop, don't you, James? James.
You should have thought about that before jumping into a hole!
Somehow, though, James managed to get out with a stick. Not long after, James finds himself in a room where he once again gets a key. But then a zillion bugs emerge, and the only way out is by typing in the proper code. And considering that James was being eaten alive, I just guessed the code and left. And then James decided to jump down yet another bottomless pit.
Killing a person ain't no big deal. Just put the gun to their head. Pow.
You killed him?
But it wasn't my fault. He made me do it.
Calm down, Eddie. Tell me what happened.
That guy, he had it coming. I didn't do anything. He just came after me. Besides, he was making fun of me with his eyes, like that other one.
Just for that, you killed him?
What do you mean, just for that?
Eddie, you can't just kill someone because of the way they looked at you.
Oh yeah? Why not? Till now I always let people walk all over me. Just like that stupid dog. He had it coming too.
Eddie?
I was just joking, James. He was dead when I got here, honest. Anyway, I gotta run.
You're going out there alone?
Yeah.
Eddie!
That was the most hilarious cutscene I have ever seen, purely only because of the way James says Eddie.
Eddie!
I'm unable to provide the footage at this point, but I can summarize the rest of the story for you in MS Paint. Everyone James knows is losing their minds and dying over their trauma. James continues jumping down every bottomless pit in the universe and eventually sits on a couch and turns on a TV, starts watching Breaking Bad, but the channel switches and plays a video revealing that the reason why his wife died was because he suffocated her with a pillow.
Oh no!
Can we just refer back to the scene earlier in the game, please?
I'm not crazy. At least I don't think so.
So anyways, James realizes that Pyramid Head and One Can Only Wonder everything else is a manifestation of his guilt for killing his wife. And in realizing this, he defeats Pyramid Head and gets out. However, there are multiple endings to Silent Hill, one of them including, but not limited to, a dog being behind it all and being the one who's controlling everything in his secret room, which James finds and gets a new friend. I believe that the morality of this game is that each and everything has symbolism for what people have gone through and what they're feeling. I think people can dig very deep into this game and make theories very easily, but I think that the morality of this game is that while it can be difficult for people to live with trauma, they must grow past it and not give in to it or let it control them, but rather be the one who controls it and say you have no power because I choose to be stronger and better. At least, that's what I gathered when I saw all these people before James crumble, and yet James said no. I'm sorry for what I've done, and I will be better. So to anybody out there dealing with trauma of any sort, I have a little Winnie the Pooh quote for you. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and more loved than you know. And in realizing this, I'm sure you can realize that you're stronger than your tribulations as well. But with all that said, that's been my summary of Silent Hill. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this video here. So take care of yourselves, have a decent day, and stay determined all the way.